All right, folks, today we're going over a New York Subliners versus Atlanta FaZe from the Sunday matches. Just went over a Miami Heretics versus Optic. That'll be on the channel. Should already be uploaded by the time this gets uploaded. So let's get into it. There's been a lot of FaZe lately because they've been the Sunday matches, the late ones. So that's why we've had a lot of FaZe lately, but they're also really good. So it doesn't hurt, huh? All right, Cell's going on a pinch. Playing Rio, by the way. Manira plays pretty well on this map, but this is FaZe's bread and butter.
3-1 start for him. Kismet able to trade things out. Decent opportunity here for New York.
All right, nice kill by Draws, and due to this, he blocks. How many seconds left? That's a great play by Draws. We're shooting bodies, and they know. That's just a big one-on-one, right? I mean, let's just go back to where this was. We got a contest up top. All of New York's really focused down low. Well, the one player in Hydra, he's worried about if someone pushes this way for FaZe. But Draws is the player. And it looks like somebody's going to back up here.
I mean, you saw it on the graphic. What's the principle? Simp ain't easy.
Okay, so it looks like, so he kills Sib. So he gets 2 here. Skies tries to back up. He gets 2. And then you can see where New York spawns. So that's just with a few seconds left. It's a big individual play by Draws. He's been pretty locked.
For 2 straight weeks against what is supposed to be top 4 opponents.
Okay, this is where this is like a very tough setup to break here, right? You have Simp here. The problem is because New York had a few seconds to work towards this way, it looks like number 8 spawns out. That's Cell. So now you're going to have to shift majorly here if you're FaZe. Focus on, well, I imagine Draws is going to turn around. I'm curious to see if Simp holds this or if he gets shitty timing. Again, I haven't watched this match, but
I'd say so.
So he holds that. That's a good read. You turn around here, and now you just transition up.
So now the Subliners are forced to work their way all the way across the map, potentially flip the spawns or even get close to the hill because
Cell reads that as well.
Perfect Call of Duty. This is what they've been able to hit that next
good read so far.
Atlanta FaZe relied on a lot of breaking into HPs.
But yeah, New York still have back spawns. So it's like you win at the front, but you lose at the back. It's tough in the back though.
Now with only 30 seconds left, Subliners able to flip the spawns, but for how long? You need to get some hill time.
Well, the thing about
can never figure out if you want back spawns or not. Seems like you can get screwed with back spawns. You never really want to be spawning out this far away, right? Like this far is not good. That's just a long way. You'd love to be where 2 is. Where it gets messy. What's tough about P2 is that it's so early in the game, especially the first P2. The hill just up this street, you're just going to get naded, stunned. It's difficult to hold. So like if we go back, this is what you want, right? You want someone here. The only problem is Cell spawns out. You would love if Cell spawned here, but all the pressure from New York is here. If Cell doesn't spawn there on the left and you have all of New York maybe pushing this way through boxes and through lower street, you want Simp at wave in. You would then probably have Draws off spawn, maybe get to these pillars. You basically want to have them flood this way. It's really hard until you get towards wave in and boxes. It's just a really messy hill. And then you have a spawn situation like this.
30 seconds left. Subliners able to flip the spawns, but
this isn't the worst case scenario though, because every kill FaZe gets 20 seconds left. You're just going to rotate to P3.
Atlanta's fine playing this hard point from the front. Oh yeah, trap you on these little jump ups, this backside gate, and New York is unable to.
Got this 5 in a row. Oh, he hit 6.
I mean, who is going to fight?
I got it. Okay, gets the cruise.
50-6. And we're going to have Atlanta winning rotation again. This is filthy.
All right, and again, just very subtle. We've talked about P3, how important it is to get info. What do their first 2 players off spawn do? A BZ pushes up this way, and number 8, Cell, pushes up towards bridge. Again, just info. Where are they pushing? Where is their first push going to start from? New York to try to break this hill. It's just little things like this. Some teams, they might just leave one player hillside. Maybe a BZ backs up just to make play safe for spawns. They just kind of risk it a little bit. They understand what 3 are alive for New York. They're going to spawn out. Let's just push up and figure out where the push is coming from.
Winning rotation again. This is filthy.
Yeah, and Hydra's sitting at 1 and 8, and the opposite side draws at 11
and look how much pressure this alleviates. Like it's just something simple as that. Okay, so now they're 2 dead. So nice job by Hydra. Then again, Simp gets off the hill, goes and finds maybe the rest of the players, knows his teammates are going to spawn off spawn, and 4 dead.
These guys are just the best.
Dude, it's something about Atlanta on 150 HP titles, bro.
Dude,
They're impossible to trade. Holy cow. 73 spawns are still in. Hit from the front, looking decent here from New York, but it's just, it feels so hard to bring like even commentary to these matchups because it's just such a one-sided affair. Simp getting it done, another 3-man feed. Rinse, wash, repeat. Maybe they're born with it, maybe it's Maybelline. Atlanta FaZe is dominating again.
and look at the subliners on your mini-map. They're not even thinking about the rotation. They're trying to push through ult to flip the spawns for Atlanta to start the spawn out towards the backside of P2.
Well, yeah, I think they want to start their push through boxes. That's the first kill. Number one waits. This could work out well. That was a really good play by, who was that, Sib right there? So let's go back and watch that. That's going to lead to the break. So nice play by Sib here. How does he get here? So on that last push, you'll see Sib kind of spawn up. Due to this, number 7 and Simp's going to spawn here. The rest of New York are kind of going this way. And Sib's just kind of waiting. He wants to do this, but he doesn't go too quickly. Even with like Cell getting the first kill, he realizes I have to wait for my teammates to get a kill. Because you see number 5 right now, where Draws is looking, he's picking that up. So Draws is like, okay, as soon as a kill, one of these two go down, Draws is going to turn. And that's really what Sib's waiting on. So he's waiting right now. He's still waiting. He's still waiting. He realizes after this kill, I have to wait. Now, Sib moves, and then Sib goes. So because Sib picks up middle, they think the flank's clear, but it's not. So that's a good play by Sib.
Okay, let's take a breath, New York. Let's get ourselves back in.
I got to deal with a cruise, so.
To survive through this cruise missile, maybe have an opportunity to get some more time in the back 30. Never mind.
All right, on rotation, the P5, what? Your 2 first players die. All right, let's go back to the rotation. I was listening to the casters, I'll be honest. All right, so we're getting scrap time here. We got about 10 seconds left. 1 player on the hill.
They're without question one of the top hardpoint teams and the best control team.
We're able to find Draws, so you have a 3-on-2 right now.
It's just unreal because it's one of those
A BZ flies. Cell gets a kill at old. Then he's going to start pinching. BZ just gets 2, so that's just in a BZ play. That's like a 2-on-3 on the hillside. And now you have Cell free pinching. Spawns get a little weird here because you had Draws on one side, Cell on the other. You rarely see Highrise form 15. I don't know if I've ever actually seen that.
It's instantly going to be traded. They're still doing a great job of soaking up a majority of this P5 hill time, and they're already break that 150-point mark.
You're just a little late to top mid if you're New York. What, 15? You're not here at all. So it looks like Hydra's going to try to go on a pinch. BZ's going to pick it up though. BZ picks that up. It's just a nice rotation. Draws down another 5. He's 22-7. Based on the season, you think NYSL would have preferred sticking with Priest over Sib? I mean, listen, like, it's a loaded question. I mean, I don't know in terms of a day-to-day thing. Obviously, results-wise, this hasn't been the results they've wanted. I think Stage 2 was much better than Stage 1, obviously. I think, especially in the respawns, you just see that there's some teamwork lacking. It just feels like not everybody's comfortable. Priest is pretty solid at this, or, you know, he's been having a good year. So it's a tough question. I will say, though, last year, New York, while they did win Major 1, really throughout the middle of the year, they were pretty quiet. They really stepped it up. They won Major 5 and then they won Champs, or Major 4 and Champs. So yes and no. Like, this is, if you look at the same time last year, they're probably pretty on par with where they were. But it really wasn't until the end of the year where they got going. A little listening. How does he flip here? I mean, they're going to know now. I think it's because of number 4, how far number 4 is, and nobody stays back. I mean, that's a little unlucky. I think if one, just how far, I guess this opens this up because of number 4. I don't think this spawn should have flipped, but I guess it's open. There's nobody really playing safe towards this side of the map. You have 2 players on New York pushed up. You get a kill here. So it's a little unlucky, but yeah. It is wide open. Now they start to back up. So you see that millisecond here. Watch this millisecond. Number 1 starts to back up here. And then I think if Sib backs up a little bit sooner, this is probably blocked. Now they're going to know. So Hydra spawns out. Now they know. Sib starts to go look for it. All right, so here's another look at P2. So I think this is what you normally see. The first P2 is not really your typical P2. This is, they deal with the player in lobby side. The other players from New York, you're starting to flood this, right? So this player number 8, Celium, is just going to get pounded by nades. Stuns, nades. You get up to the pillar, get up to the truck. Like, you're just trying to finesse it around the hot dog stand. This is like probably a more typical P2. What you want is hopefully 6 or 7 of BZ or Simp to like get to this Humvee in this area, and then hopefully get to like white van, and that's when you really cash in with good spawns. Again, they're trying to push up. Just couldn't really break that. I mean, it's a couple of kills here, huh? But it's just tough to do. So you get a couple of kills here, but Cell, like these players, it's just not easy. You don't really have angles. Hydra's got a sub here, so he's got to wait for Skies to reposition. Because really what you have to do is take down Hydra, or take down Draza. Draza's the key. Draza's the guy putting shots in. Cell just has to play his life. The fact that Cell plays his life for so long is massive. But they can't move due to Draza. And I'm assuming they're getting stunned. They're getting naded. They're probably weak for gunfights. They're trying to buy time here. But the 2 ARs just hold it down. Like, they do such a good job just living here. And by the time maybe you finally get pushed up, now there's 3 players here. And again, the stuns and the nades start to push. Kind of desperation time here for New York. They're hitting everything because they have to. I mean, they're down 160.
Yeah, the gameplay says enough, but I think the comms also tell us that this is...
All right, so how do FaZe go for this?
Right now for Atlanta.
Let's see, you have 3 up top of BZ low to try to break this P3. Yeah, I like this out of Hydra. He's going to find info. He knows there's nothing top middle. Skies gets the 1 player down low. Now you know, right? Again, an info play on P3. Hydra clears top middle. Skies makes sure nothing can come low and gets the kill. It's only one down low. The other 3 players are all bridge side.
It's 220 to 88. Finally, the Subliners, even with the back spawns, are trying to fight their way back into this game. But as I say that, even the BZ's jumping in on shooting the bodies. Like,
how does a BZ get 2 there? So he just hits low again. Looks like number 4 Hydra watches it deep, but it's really just boxes. I wonder with 20 seconds here if Hydra is to just try to flood in. Because the rest of New York here are all thinking it's bridge side and top middle, right? Like, they're all thinking this push is going to come in from this way. He spawns up and is worried about this. This is what makes P3 tough when you're spawning the back. There's just so many ways they can come from. They're probably calling out looking for a BZ because Skies killed him on rotation. So he could be hitting this. It's just nobody's watching boxes right now. So I wonder if the play is to just jump in and pick up boxes first. It's a tough call. But then realistically, what happens? Like, maybe if he goes this way, he gets multiple kills. I don't know. He's just put into a tough spot. So it looks like you had about a second there. There was about a second. So watch, once they get this kill, so we've calmed down. Number 1's going to start to push up top middle. So after we kill Celium, watch, number 1's going to push up top middle. I think number 2, Kiz, has to pick this up. Kiz has to pick that up. It's going to be it's about a second. This is what we talk about with COD. It's very fast. There is a chance. So watch, Sib's going to go top. And then, yeah. Then he's going to lose that. That's unlucky. I mean, they just get 2-pieced. That's 4 dead. Now they know spawn's flipped, and you have the side of the map you want for P4. I guess then if Kiz has this sub, Kiz is probably thinking to go top middle. And maybe Sib should pick up boxes there, but either way, one of those 2.
Set of kills, map 1 is theirs, and that might just be it.
Yeah, sure feels that way.
Yeah, you don't have boxes. This hill is really hard to touch. I mean, dominant. I mean, slaying wise, you're not going to win many hard points getting outslayed that way. Well, plus 18, plus 4, that's 22, 23, plus 31. You're not going to win a Rio Hardpoint. And kind of what the casters are talking about, like, there hasn't been a lot of 100-point clubs, but I think 6-star, I think Vista, I think Rio, they definitely play a little bit more traditional. Like, we've already seen the 250 to 50. On 6-star, where you can really punish teams if you don't rotate well. So a good start, and that's why that's one of FaZe's best maps, if not their best map. I want to see the vetoes. All right, so let's look at vetoes. So you have veto 6-star here. So New York pick Rio. They veto sub base as always. So what was left? Vista was left. And this is just kind of a map pool thing where sort of pick your poison. I just have New York played veto. or Vista. So 0-1 on Vista, right? New maps, 0-1. 6-star we haven't played yet. It's been an auto veto, which I'm a bit surprised by. I think this New York team should be solid at 6-star. What, Rio, they're 5-2. But, I mean, without having Vista and 6-star in, you're playing Rio and Karachi, which, yeah, FaZe are going to take that all day, right? Search, Veto Highrise as FaZe, Veto Rio, 6-stars in, Invasion's in. What's not pick? Karachi. And this is probably the problem right now for New York. They were statistically the best search team on the year. I think coming into stage 3. Stage 3 now, they're starting to struggle. And they need this. Yeah, they're 1-4 in search. So if you look at Major 2, we were 5, 9, 12-4. Now we're 1-4. And who have we played? Only one top 4 team? Yeah, so you take this. This is their overall season. You take the 1-4 away, they'd be 21-6. Yeah, they'd be number 1. This is where they've had FaZe's number, though.
Yeah, I think the one.
Okay, so FaZe are doing this a little bit differently. What we've seen a lot of, at least on here, right, is sort of an A stack or a mid stack, not allowing an A plant and retaking B. They're playing this a little differently, where they're kind of just leaving Draza to, hey, there's people A, and then have these 3 players either work towards you or work all the way through. So again, I think 6-star, I think there's a lot of, it's a new map. I think you're going to see a lot of different looks on both sides. I think there's a lot of room to work with. I think teams are going to be very creative on this.
In the stage, but right now Hydra is currently bottom 3 with a 0.6, so he has to try to turn it around.
Yeah. First blood, good for BZ.
And that is the other thing, the other trend. Leaving one solo guy to watch flank, and it just feels like that player on the flank needs to just find info on offense and not die.
Maybe not even needing that, because there's shots that pull Kismet off from the plant, and now New York has to sit and wait to see if Atlanta gets.
Again, it's this same sort of setup where you have Hydra down here, but nice pick.
Towards the bottom side of Skybridge, we'll turn this to a 3v3. Draza slips away to keep it at that way, though.
Oh, but Salim is there to fill that gap, finds that kill onto Skies, and now the objective is going to go down for the Subliners. Hydra finds one, instantly going to be traded. Kismet left the clutch on up.
And he tries to just run right at Draza, who doesn't even get tagged. I mean, I get it.
Yeah, I mean, Kismet just goes for that because he has no other play. He knows who the last player is. He knows he's left in a 1 versus 2. He's got a rival. He's going to try to take the close gunfight. Just doesn't work out. Does not work out. He loses that. That's a good heads-up play by Draws. Okay, so this is what I just said in the previous round. This has been the more normal standard defense. Now, it looks like someone is getting aggressive here through that lower tunnel. But everybody else, it's sort of a mid-push. You catch an angle over towards A. You're pretty much just leaving B.
Exactly what's happening. Challenge though from Hydra. He's gonna
haven't seen a lot of underground light hits, so that's gonna be Hydra, but maybe that's why. So he died. Did Abizi just run forward there? Did he just run through A? Yeah, so I think if he wants to do this, they have to be able to watch his cross, or they have to have somebody back here to watch his drop down, right? Because this is what happens. He just gets pinched here. He just sees the glass is broken and just checks it.
Exactly what's happening. Challenge though from Hydra. He's gonna make
he just drops down and it's a first blood. That's just it. Yeah. You kind of want Sib where he is now if Hydra's gonna hit that.
Finds the isolation on the bottom of the bridge, and now tons of information from Cell saying that it's not 1 but 2 players over towards the mid bar, and that leads to a very quick plant here for FaZe.
These guys are just delusional. Like, Abizi just runs right up to the statue, pushes the Skybridge, and instantly flanks Hydra through bottom secret. And now they have the entire map cut off. The trade comes in for Skies. It's instantly going to be a 3v2, but 30 seconds left. Both players from the Subliners trying to retake from mid.
And there's just so many questions. You can see number 4 and Sib is still watching this pinch to see if anyone from FaZe has gotten aggressive through. And Abizi is not really tempted to take that route. First intel from Draza.
Draza doesn't die, just plays his life. Triple chow, good round. On the round, can you split Sky's thought on this? You think you didn't get a call out this round? I mean, okay, round 3. All right, let's see what happens.
And it is puzzling to see Hydra make that push up through bottom secret without anyone being behind him. No trophies as well. So as soon as Abizi throws a stun and doesn't hit anybody, he says, okay, I'll just keep going then.
Okay, so Cell's playing info.
Set up here for Atlanta over the middle of the map. Zip still over.
It's good mid pressure on offense. So 2v3, good mid pressure out of Kiz and Sib.
Will keep the numbers in favor of the Subliners, and now they're going to get a 3v1 post plant with Cell on the other side of the map.
Okay, now Cell him in a 1v3. Subliners are fully set up. Watching every single.
So nice 1v3, nice mid pressure. It's a different look on offense.
Here we go again. Hydra this time not going to play down low. Just going to hit a little bit of a heading on the statue. Kismet for the first. Hydra follows up on the second once more. Celium able to confirm a trade, but the bomb
Good
is
pressure.
now dropped, and it's a 3v2 in favor of the Subliners defense.
Very similar to last round, sort of the two-man game. It wasn't Kismet, and it was Kismet and Sib last round. This time it's Kismet and Hydra.
The bomb is going to be down over towards A. Celium finds his second on a round. Info already gained, so you're trying to isolate this last player here.
Oh, because Mid key 1v1. Cell trying to follow up, able to at least get the quick trade to the 1v1, and Skies.
So I assume that round. I think I don't think he's there yet to see. He's still behind this statue, right? Obviously, Kiz has to give the comm. I just think he thinks he slides this way. And obviously, he gets an angle where he slides back behind this tree to the right, like lower. It could be a comm, like, because what? Normally when you get this, you're trying to just like skip your cam. Yeah, he thinks he goes mid here.
Trying to follow up.
But so he just gets to the statue now, right? Look at this. He just gets here to the statue heady. And he doesn't see anything. So he's looking towards, like, if he backed up. He doesn't see that, so he looks left. I don't think he was as pushed up as maybe Kiz assumed. It's definitely a bit of a miscomm and maybe just the timing a bit off. But it is a 2v4, right? So how does this even get into this 1v2, I guess, is really the question. Because you don't want this to happen. You get the first blood. You have ton of map control. So what collapses? Okay, Hydra gets another one. So you have a 2 versus 4. I assume this is going to be a trade on a Hydra. It's a free player with an SMG. Okay, now it's a 2 versus 3. Things slow down here. So you have Simp all the way out. You know where Cell is. You know Bomb's probably down. This is where the problem is. So you still have these two players holding. And it looks like Skies has been by himself the entire time. You could either tell Skies to just the problem is they haven't seen Simp yet, right? At all. This almost reminds me of Raid. Like if you guys remember Cold War Raid, Simp, he's very, very good at lurk roles. There just hasn't been a lot of maps in recent years where lurking has worked out. I think the one last year that really sticks out to me was like Hotel. Hotel, he was so good at lurking inside of like restaurant, but obviously without Deddy, it's pretty hard to do. This year, there's not so much, maybe like a Karachi inside of Red. This is one of the first ones where there's a lot of room for him to lurk. Okay, so Sib gets picked. I think realistically, in my mind, I was New York and I'm going back and watching this. I'm saying let's just get back to Skies. Let's just play a 3-on-2 if we have to. Maybe we can find Simp. Because Skies is left on an island. And you could just tell he's been very worried. Like these last 10 seconds or so, he's been checking everything, right? Like he still has no clue. He's watching all of these angles. He doesn't want to get timing. He keeps going back and forth. Like just watch his arrow. He's looking here. He's looking this way. He's going back and forth. He wants to run back, but again, he doesn't want to get caught. Like you could tell it's not that he's shitting himself. He's just like, we haven't seen Simp and I don't want to fucking die. So I think the better call is we know Cell's here. Let's just get back to Skies. This is probably what you should do in this round.
37-second round. I mean, it's legitimately all gas, no brakes.
Okay, so giving up A again is FaZe. They've done this a couple of times.
Nothing towards A. Looking at Atlanta, how they want.
You're trying to hard counter them switching up and go to B, but as well as like, hey, all right, we'll play a retake. Again, this one player on the flank is kind of key here. So Kiz is here. You're very spread out right now if you are New York.
I'm trying to play retake here.
You need at least one, right? Kiz needs one here.
Knowing they've got full B control.
So now it's Kiz by himself. Kiz needs one here. Yeah, he gets one. That's a great kill.
That's a good first blood.
He gets two. So that sort of lurk roll, massive. Great play out of Kiz. Now the problem is, right, we've seen it in a couple of the past videos. That goes wrong. Not saying they lose. Certainly doesn't fucking help. Okay, it looks like you have nades being faked over towards A, so that was 6. That was a BZ. He stuns Hydra. Keeps them honest, right? Maybe this could be an A hit, but you can already see this is going over towards B. So, yeah, just some nades being tossed over towards A, but again, New York's sort of their double setup mid.
And if there were to be one player you want to start barking up, it is the Bulldog. Kismet 8-3.
Kiz taking chances. This is what he was really, really good at yesterday, or last year. But you spot that player, they're wrapping back. You already have this transition over. Just off that play from Kiz, you get this info of this guy going back this way. It's the right call. I mean, FaZe is trapped in this square. You'd love to kill, but you set your team up.
Ready to receive if this does end up being an aggressive defensive play, but no reason to move any.
They could wrap. I assume they're going to wrap. They're kind of caught.
For Atlanta to make the first move.
But they're pushing right down the middle of the map. They're going to be able to at least find the first blood.
And that's just tough.
As well onto Hydra. Once they gained info that Kismet was pushed up towards the middle of the map, they knew that he had to be somewhat close by. He's not going to just back up all the way to his spawn.
Dude.
And then eventually they found that kill onto Sib. Now it's Skies left in a 1v4.
I mean, Sib's only throwing a shoulder right there to check to see if they're going into A. A couple of the pot shots come through as Sim tries to get the bomb planted, and then the immediate follow-up or clean. I mean, it's just a simple fact that that's a double setup for New York.
Yeah, I mean, you have the two-man setup. You'd at least, like, they just retake that. You could see that they're worried about the rat back because you don't have anyone looking this way, right? You have them watching vents. Hydra's just kind of looking over his teammates, but they don't have any info. So what starts to happen is more time has gone by now. You leave Skies here. Sib's thinking they could already be through mid because realistically they could have wrapped through you. They could be at A. They just don't have info. They have nothing now because FaZe just kind of slowed it down.
Waiting for Atlanta to make the first move.
Oh, and then look. So, Hydra turns here. Oh, that timing. That's all it is. Hydra turns here. They're so worried about the rat back through you. Look at this. Hydra gets awful timing. Damn. If he's looking over his teammate here, it's a dub. Or at least you get a kill. Yeah, that is so unlucky. But again, that's just sort of a timing. So when did he see a BZ? 117, right?
There were to be one player you want to start marking.
They don't do anything until 53. So there's 20 or so seconds, 25 or so seconds where they don't have any info. And because these two players are so far pushed up here, these two players don't want to overextend B. So you have one player checking the bomb and one player checking watching the outer staircase. Just a bit unlucky, mate. But they get worried as more time goes on. Switch it up. And I think that's one of those rounds where this map's still very new. New York start to get that info, and that info is money. But it's more like we talk about different steps in the round. It's like, what do we want to do at that point? Because realistically, this setup here, like, we're not really doing anything. Like, as good as having this area is, it doesn't help us cover B. And it doesn't help us cover A, right? Like, as great as of an area the map as it is to have, it doesn't help us win a round. So it's like, what should we do if we push this again? Where do we want to go? They could take the risk and just hit this shit as 4, or I guess they just sort of back up a little bit and kind of reset the round. Chat, you guys like this graphic or no? Yeah? Meh? I like the opening duel win. I like the first blood one. It's a lot of info to digest in a few seconds. I agree. It's a lot. It's a lot happening. Needs to be simpler. I think it's unnecessary. I think showing the first bloods is really nice. I'm trying to think like how you could make it simpler. Right now, I don't know where to look. Well, since it's like your first time seeing it, right? Realistically, at some point, you can probably get rid of this. Maybe. I mean, maybe you can't. And then you just sort of know what these symbols mean. This is a diffuse. This is a, you win the round by kills. In the red box is the first blood. Yes, yeah. I wonder if it would work better vertical on like this side of the map. Could. Maybe. I was just curious.
Well, here's the thing, though. You need to win back this mid-bar position. Kismet and Sim sitting on...
Okay, so we take a huge risk here, right? Okay. We have this two-man game middle of the map for New York again. This is what they've been doing. It's a B hit, but I mean, watch number 6 here. Watch a BZ. Watch where he gets. It's hard to see right now because of the graphic. So they just fucking run at this. You have Draza looking over him, top security. That's where he's looking. But a BZ just is like... Okay, guys, there's nothing A. Like, he literally gets almost to their spawn.
Well, here's the thing.
look at where a BZ is.
Oh,
he spotted Skies. Okay, so he gets away. But this just allows all of FaZe to start to go towards B a bit.
As long as this is taken for Atlanta to maybe get a full read, the bomb is now just getting picked up for the first time. Smoke out.
Okay, so think about last round, right, when we went over it. Like, a BZ knows, obviously getting here is awesome, but it's just info. He's just like, ah, fuck it. Like, this... Having this area of the map doesn't help us win the round. They just go B. They can go through mid. Like, I have to get back to my teammates. Where, like, you look at that previous round with FaZe or with New York, it's a lot different. So he just gets a little bit more active, but he's like, I'm just going to get with my teammate. Now he's cut off mid. He's making sure A's... So he's still got to watch A. Okay, now they have the info. Kismet's in a really good lurk spot here. Min. Yeah, it's a good play by Kiz. He's playing this map well. Nice trade, though.
For New York. Helps establish this setup a little bit deeper. Celium, a couple of shots towards Hydra, but Draza does drop. So once again, New York looking good here in this post-plant setup. Simp is trying to go through the vent towards Palm side, but this is just going to take too long. Celium has to go at the exact same moment. Did not see Sib on the long cross. The opening shots, first look over towards the B side.
Okay, so Kiz is going wild. He's just doing... So you have 2 players going A. He's just taking these single man risks. I mean, this is almost like Shotzi like. You're either going to win your team the map or you're going to lose your team the map with these kinds of plays. Which he's 9-5, and maybe he's just like, fuck this, like I'm getting locked.
Once again, Kismet getting deep, but picked up, and Abizi finds the kill plus a little extra. Feels like every kill is that way.
So it gets blooded out, and now look what this does. So this just leaves so much open. First of all, middle of the map's now wide open, and then Hydra and Sib are like, they could wrap this back to A, so we have to stay here. So Skies is like, all right, well,
players over towards Tiki, Cells taking a bit of a
guys. Now Hydra's running back. He just caught.
Confirms the damage dealt, and that will lead to a 4v2. Atlanta FaZe surely looking to plant.
And usually this is where Atlanta FaZe would think about the plant, but even though they're one of the worst plant teams that we have in the game, they usually get it done by just simply out-killing the opposing team. Celium finds Hydra. Sib now left in the 1v4. He finds a kill onto Abizi, but now is when you can work that objective.
Yeah, and he has to re-clear all this space towards the outside staircase. Can he get any info on the exit? Yeah, clean first one, but sell him coming. So New York.
That's just that Kismet play.
As they will once again take their intentions early over towards B. Draza, the trusted defender of this site, really cannot peek over. It was late to the party here. So here we go again. The Subliners able to get the bomb planted without.
Okay, so 4v4 retake.
2 split setup though on this post plant. They have to worry about the flank.
Draws is just kind of waiting for his team. He's gonna get Cell to help him, but this is all really on 7 and 6 now to start this. You have kids lurking mid again. Sib's gonna spot one, kind of reposition this. Oh, and Kids is gonna reflank this. Wait, how do they read that though? That's an insane read. There's just not enough time, I don't think, though. First of all, insane read by Abizi, but this takes way too long. So you could just see, like, look where Simp and Abizi are. There's 30 seconds left in a round. They're clearing all these back corners, all these things they have to watch here. There's just so much to clear. Going through the flank is rough. Then you have to come up here, you check this. Then you have to check this staircase. You have to check the... Like, there's so much shit to clear on that flank. I don't know if it's worth it. Maybe with 1, I don't know about 2. Because plus those are your sub players, right? I mean, Draza and Cell are just sitting here like, all right, guys, good luck over there.
Simp and Abizi deep pinch, working their way all the way on the back end. Celium and Draza trying to at least take from their side.
Insane read.
Abizi info is going to be.
But you can tell that Abizi Simp, they just are like, can't do anything. You can't do shit here. 5-0 in attacks.
Trying to make a 6-0 to close this one out.
And there's going to be a trophy system here to deny most of this opening New York utility. Same could be said though on the other side here. The New York trophy also denied.
Okay, so they get spotted on the pinch.
Gets a really solid read of the
and that's first blood. I
think
we've kind of seen this. I don't know. I mean, it's Cell, so he's a freak, but I think maybe after that first kill, like maybe him just trying to get to his teammates. But I guess he doesn't want to give up this top window, right? He doesn't want to give up this top window because then if he gives this up, 5's dead, 7's probably dead.
Plant setup. And Kismet would have to win this one.
Yeah, so now.
Okay, this could put a little bit of pressure on the Atlanta post plant. 2-for-1 goes the exchange. 2v2 situation.
But I guess it's a 2v2 worst case.
Re-wrap his way to the middle of the map, and he might walk right into the premium of Skies. Now it's Simp left to clutch on up. As the first one top statue, Kismet. Good opening shots. Oh my God. Will drop. Now the finesse back away. Pistol out with the regen. No, not gonna.
All right, Chad. Before this round 11, I won't lie to you. I really had to poop. I'll be right back. I'm so sorry. Back for the round 11. Whew. All right, I'm back. Round 11.
Leaving the bomb behind. They're looking for full nade pressure here at A. First stunts deleted by the trophy system.
Okay, Simp's making sure there's not mid. They've been very aggressive up middle. Okay, so could be on him. At least finds one.
And it's a 1-for-1 opening trade, but still, New York get a little bit of further map progression than I'm sure Atlanta would prefer.
And now they're forced to.
They're going quick here on this flank, so.
They're going to commit 2 players going on the deep flank.
It's very similar to last round. It's very similar. Just not a 4 versus 3. So he's got 2. He's got 2. Cell spot's 2 here. He needs to get out.
He goes right back into the bottom side of security.
Yep.
He find timing. Oh, look at this for New York. They double back to mid. In Atlanta, maybe being conditioned to touch by that quick pusher on the back last time.
Hydra doesn't want to overpeak because there's multiple here. Nice team shot.
Beams out of the SMG from Abizi. They also get the read towards Skies, who still turns it into 2. 1v1 situation. A 1v3.
Cell's gone massive these last 2 rounds. Let's see.
Time becoming a bit of an issue. Selling him back towards security, trusting the pistol.
Bots him.
Just
Teammates saw him.
There's Skies on the rotation over. Has to play for the kill though.
Skies is reading this too, dude. Skies is actually reading this. I think that's why I liked the flank player kind of pushing through instead of sitting security. 5 first bloods. 6-5. What? Sell with double digits. Skies, Kismet double digits. Pretty good search though. Pretty fun. A lot of different looks on that map. We have the Highrise Control, which has been the staple for now in stage 3. 6-1, 7-2. Wow. Okay.
For the Subliners, so in the Subliners, you can tell
we've been watching a lot of this. That's a cat.
Kind of kitty craze going on right now.
Yeah, they love cats.
Well, it will be offense first for Atlanta. And intentions will once again kind of be through bottom blue over towards.
Is that a team shot?
And I hope intentions will once again kind of be through bottom blue over towards.
Is Simp shooting here?
And intentions will once again kind of be through bottom
yeah, it's a team shot. I was about to say, what the fuck?
And I hope
now you just gotta realize where the nuisance players for Atlanta are.
All right, good job by Skies there.
Or is anyone trying to get aggressive up through our base? But they are continuously holding down the mid-map control, not allowing Atlanta FaZe to get out of their spawn.
Really good stuff.
Sells out, good kills out of FaZe.
Get them over towards the A zone just a touch. Sell on the hunt.
He hears the window break. I heard the window.
That is a absolute master.
You know the safe for you? It is. I feel much better, Trent. You know.
There's a lot to survive through in this opening round as Highrise continues to provide us random explosive moments. So really good from New York. I mean, perfect from New York so far.
This is the way FaZe have kind of played it the last couple times we've watched them. Just sort of slaying middle of the map, not putting a lot of pressure on the objective until really late. Maybe just waiting for trophies. Now yeah, they're gonna get 3 dead. Pressure on A.
Propane is already going to be blown on up, so you just have to clutch up in a bunch of these gunfights. And we'll be able to potentially close out this.
Nice shots by Skies. They don't do the second tick.
Right before that second tick gets locked. So more importantly, this could be huge towards tick progression as we move further down this map. Spawn pressure now starting to get established. Kismet with a 7-1 opening defensive round all over it. And this is exactly what how New York have played this.
All right, so what, you got 1 tick?
Most successful team on the attacking front.
Pretty standard defensive round, nothing too crazy.
Have that be one of their causes for success.
Now, New York are the one team that have done this at times. They didn't do it this time where they just stack it, but sometimes if they have trophies, they'll just go to A and try to just fucking 2 to 3 stack, and I kind of love that. I'm a fan, but didn't do it this round. Maybe if they get the kills, Hydra pinches that. But FaZe respond. Good first kill by Abizi. I'm a big fan of that. Just some risky shit on A.
And right now, Atlanta FaZe have a lot of B street control. So if you are the Subliners, you can potentially work your way up through A or through bottom pit, but it's going to fall into the hands of Abizi to at least contest over towards his B point. He's only able to take down 1. The reinforcements are going to be able to assist them, and by reinforcements, I mean a stun and simp. That's all 4 dead in the feed.
Oh, nice stick at least.
45 seconds left. Have to get something done on the objective.
Hydra gets them out. It's a good stick and great shots. Yeah, Hydra kind of gets them out here.
And eventually dealt with by Sip, so that should open the doors to get over towards this B zone. Hoping, praying for some shots through the tarps, not going to fully land. Team nade, though, does come through, so New York can still stand on this zone with relative comfort. New York deep over towards the Atlanta spawn, but not enough success to zone off the middle of the map.
Need to hope Hydra gets 1 there. I mean, he's very weak still.
He gets a little bit of assistance from the propane tank thanks to Draza, and that may be just about all they call.
But the more and more we watch this, we saw in the Outside Miami game, just like people getting aggressive, and it's just not really working out.
He gets a little bit of assistance from the propane tank thanks to Draza, and that may be just about all they call here on this defensive round. New York looking for maybe 1 last hit towards either of these 2 zones.
And that was a situation where you're finding a couple kills.
Oh, he stopped shooting draws. I think he thinks that's Skies. He probably used to call it that player's weak. All right, now you got a stack, and you have a player on A. Nice pick, though, out of Cell. Nice play out of Cell there. Hello? What's up, dude? I like your glasses. What up? Hey. Yeah? Go show the stream?
Yeah, I got new sunglasses. Guys, I've never owned sunglasses before.
Yeah, you gotta check this guy out. No, you actually look good. You don't look like a douchebag. I think if you would have went with the aviators, you would look like a doucher. No, you look good. Yeah. You look good, man. All right. See you, man. Welcome to my life.
Let's get the second one done at B.
And Hydra stays alive over towards A. This is both zones at the same time here, Study. So, BZ falls off the map. Oh, this could be the offensive round coming through. Extra 60 seconds have been added. 4 life advantage.
Happens to the best of us, huh?
Not even needed. There's still 2 players on the A zone. Draza delayed by a gunfight at mid-map. Trophy system keeps his nade at bay.
So how do we get into a 4 dead? I guess that's the question I have, right? Because it was looking really good. Okay, so we have 23 seconds left. Skies. Again, he's gonna get the call out. He gets the call out that this player's weak. 100%. That's why he stops and turns. He gets this comm that it's Skies. So he stops shooting Draza. Draza does in this situation, which, yeah, that happens. Right? Because he gets a comm that Skies is 1 bullet. Stop shooting because it's Sib. And then you get into a 3 dead.
So, BZ falls off the map. Oh, this could be the offensive round coming through. Extra 60 seconds have been added. 4 life advantage towards New York, but they may not even need it. There's still 2 players on the A zone. Draza delayed by a gunfight at mid-map. Trophy system keeps his nade at bay. Has to slide into contest.
The chance here.
Progress about halfway completed in the
good offense though by New York.
Will be good. New York, chef's kiss on their first offense.
And I think in this scenario, we've talked about this, or I've talked about it. I mean, obviously you have a BZ here that is a misplay. But you just have to get this player off A. How does Cell die here? So BZ die. Cell. Okay, so Cell's just getting looked at by 2 now. So with the BZ death, yeah, he would flank. And said he doesn't flank because you can see number 3, Kiz. He's helping out his teammate. He's watching this cross towards A. Oopsies. And then it's just a numbers. The transition.
In these first 2 rounds that have gone by in the blink of an eye.
Very aggressive. Okay.
Need to grow some bigger feet or something.
Okay, 4 dead. Normally don't see that on a control defense though, right? Sort of that double underground on a New York. Hydra gets 1 on a BZ, but then you have Kismet right next to him, and then everybody, we're just flying up this map. That certainly helps though when your people are flying off the map.
More kills come through for New York as they start to push the envelope over towards the Atlanta spawn. Kismet in place. Sky's watching over his corner. Here's the follow-up hit, looking decent, but the trades will allow Atlanta to at least get out of spawn for now. Yeah, those size 4 shoes for the Tiny Terrors is not playing a big part walking across legend.
Size 4.
Now you're allowing the subliners to put you into the trap. You also have a cruise missile to work with.
My gosh.
Skies, just in case it gets a little bit freaky, but
with the cruise. I mean, outside of this stage, New York have been the best SND team, and they have beaten FaZe and SND in their matchups. Just, yeah, the respawns. Hardpoint. Rio, they got slayed by 30. We'll see what happens in the next one. Draws is on the B now. Sim's looking over him. Sib tries to pinch and he gets caught. So retake at B fails. You don't get on the A. You instead get... Oh, because Cruz comes in. Good win. But immediately traded. The Cruz kind of bails you out here. That's the power of the Cruz.
Will regain control. Now 20 seconds left.
And it's their last push. Atlanta fans have to make this one count or they will be 3-0 in control. Saligam finds the first simp with the trade through the middle of the map, able to put the game clock again at a pause with 14 seconds left. But it's still a bunch of players from the subliners contesting over towards B Street. Just one more set of kills. This map's theirs.
10 seconds left. Atlanta, not an option besides to hopefully get the extra 60 towards B. But there's really not much of a route to hit. It's just this one from a BZ. Gets the first. Reads that Skies is in the elevator, but Sib is right there to support. Simp, the last one up, needs to slide in. Not going to get there in time.
Yeah, great control. I mean, obviously, the one round, the big thing is you win the offense. That round could go differently if a BZ doesn't fall off, but you take that if you're in New York. Minis to berries. Remember when trophy stop missiles? Sure do there, brother. All right, what we got? Karachi. 4-4 for New York. 7-2.
Opening hard point though, over towards P1. Lots of high ground focus for New York. We know that Atlanta kind of likes to take their time on their approach here, try to see if they can flush out this high ground first and then approach the hill. And so far, New York, really good.
Nice start here for New York.
Got every answer already put together.
And you get the player off the top 3, so your player on hill safe for now. You don't have trophies yet. Skies is close. Now you gotta watch middle barrels because the BZ gets a kill.
give up all map control to the Subliners, but that decision has been made for them. Only 20 seconds remaining on P1. You have to start hitting this rotation if you are Atlanta FaZe. They find 3 in the feed, so they're going to be able to get the break, and that's
nice time though for New York.
You see the jaw drop to the ground. Cannot believe he just won that gunfight, and now off the rotation, Subliners are forced to jump over this dumpster.
Got a stun.
And you're going to get a little bit of a refocus through the middle of the map just to avoid that.
Okay, so they're gonna try to push through mid here, which I think is the right call.
Dealt with. That's the thing about it. So now Simp kind of has to hit the deck here. Draws a nearby. First shot's good from Simp. Still streaking it together. 5-in-1 start. And now it's just about the finesse game. And there may not be many better, if any better, than Simp at pulling stuff like this. Simp's got to be thinking, where the hell did he go?
It's a cruise, yeah.
Down, but it comes 1 kill too late. Cruise missile earned, and FaZe trying to reinforce from the front. Still have a chance to challenge the hard point, which with that elimination from Abizi, they will own the numbers, at least for a time, to allow Draza to get a little bit more score.
Take this again if you're you take this to your FaZe. 20 seconds left. You have your rotation over to P3. You can still put pressure on this without losing spawns. And now you got to be careful. You're probably gonna spawn out here. Okay, one does. One spawns out. I think the other one should have spawned out, but he doesn't because this game.
Rest of the players have to clutch up in these fights to not lose spawns.
The thing about it is Hardpoint's going to open here in Atlanta. Is still trying to get someone back to get into the Hardpoint. What does this do with spawns for New York? Ooh, bridge side spawn for Sib. He's going to catch a BZ off guard. FaZe, okay.
Immediate pressure junk side.
Exact same position to essentially guarantee his own trade. Sib is not going to like this.
So what happened? Because it seemed pretty clean, and then it wasn't very clean on this rotation, right? So we're a little messy all over the map. You have 3 in the feed. This guy gets this player. Obviously, you get a bit of a freebie here. That's a tough read for a BZ. But this is open, right? Coop side's open. Maybe you don't think so because Cell's up top transitioning in. But how do you 2 players die here? Is this just all Kiz?
What does this do with spawns for New York? Ooh, bridge.
So Kiz gets a kill there.
Side spawn for Sib. He's going to catch a BZ.
Okay. And then someone spawns bridge here. Okay. So your other spawns are here. Why? Okay, first of all, I'll say this. I think with this kill from Sib, I think, honestly, these 2 players should actually spawn Coop here. I think that is the better spawn system. And realistically, 5 should spawn here where they spawned. It makes a lot more sense, right? Because he gets this kill, whether it's gifted or not. But then that opens that up, which this is a spawn. So they should spawn with him. And instead of him spawning here, these 2 guys wouldn't block this. He would spawn here. So then what it would be is you would have Kiz and then the other teammates pushing this way, and then all of FaZe pushing through junk again. He'll white when he spawns. Shouldn't matter. It does, I guess. That's a theory. I don't know. From a traditional spawn system, but here we are. So let's see. But I think this is just a Kiz. This is just Kiz, because now where does FaZe spawn? So they spawn Coop. That's what I mean. And then one spawns out. Yeah.
Shots are clean enough to help sell him out for one initial trade, but still a really scrappy battle to confirm control over what happens at the 3rd hardpoint. Every kill a massive one, and finally Atlanta come on top of the kill feed to get themselves set up with 30 seconds to the fight for.
Yeah, they're able to reinforce their numbers in towards the point, and now with only 25 seconds remaining.
But you still had 3 dead. What happened?
Okay, it's going to be Draza spawn.
Right, you still have 3 dead here. Is this just Cell? Draza's going massive here.
Exact same position to essentially guarantee his own trade.
You get the 1 freebie.
Not gonna like this.
Where does Hydra go here? So Hydra, I guess Hydra thinks maybe my teammates will get the guy on the hill. I wonder if Hydra should just go mid here. I mean, it's not the worst route, right? Because you get top 3 control from Hydra, but I wonder if he should just flood this.
Pistol out. Now back to the MCW. Shots are clean enough to help sell.
Because now he's just going to get traded.
But still a really scrappy battle to confirm control over what happens at the 3rd hardpoint.
And now you're just kind of back to this sort of skirmish. Just a bit of a messy hill.
And finally, Atlanta come on top of the kill feed to get themselves set up with 30 seconds to the fight for.
Yeah, they're able to reinforce their numbers in towards the point, and now with only 25 seconds remaining on this P3, Subliners have to be playing the exit kills. Try to trap them in as long as you can, but we know going over towards the P4, it's all about the positioning, not really about soaking up a majority of that hill time. So with Draza sitting on 4 in a row, make it 5. He's one off earn himself.
His hardpoint's been really good this series, huh?
Already has one in the back pocket.
A second one would be really deadly towards New York's efforts. So a shutdown, I won't say feels mandatory, but it would be nice. Sib playing deep, caught by Selling. I was about to say, if he can get to a sneaky spot topside mark.
I actually think that's a mistake by Sib. I think he should just stay bridge here. We've kind of seen this. I think this is such a power position on this hill. They don't have top 3. You have angles top 3 here. You basically also have middle. Your teammates just can't help you here yet. I think you should just stay here.
And keep in mind, Sip already has one in the back pocket.
A second one would be
Because now your teammates are here, right? So with your teammates on the hill, you can look over your teammates here, and then now what can happen, right? Skies can go up towards top dome, and he can watch your coop. Like, that's the difference. Skies can now get up top dome and watch your coop for now, if he's just holding bridge.
really deadly towards New York's efforts. So a shutdown, won't say feels mandatory, but it would.
So now he's gonna go and die.
Playing deep, caught by selling.
You have nobody top 3.
Topside market. He would be a good insurance policy to this initial setup outside the store, finding a lot
And
of
you
value.
just break.
But there's kill number 6 for Draza. So now 2 cruise missiles have been earned. Trophy system down for Atlanta, trying to find their way back in. Sky's topside castle does well to at least confirm the first kill. Hard for Atlanta to find an entryway in with New York guns absolutely ready for every single fight. Simp trying to force something along the backside. Can he get more than just the first, though? Sees the dead body, and that alerts him towards Kiz's position, but the trades go out in favor of New York. Still 20 seconds to fight.
And New York do a great job. They were trapped in towards the back, and I know Atlanta FaZe were thinking we can trap them in and potentially soak up a lot of that hill time, but New York
It's a good time for New York here.
efficiently, and then we're able to at least walk with 25.
It's just a messy hill, isn't it? I mean, there's just a lot of angles for the player on the hill. Nades hit.
Hit the rotation over towards New, but this is
I've talked about it in the video that'll go up today, Miami in Optic, but teams are getting really good on that hill. Really, I think what the goal is you want what I think is the best. You want somebody bridge. You want someone like I think we saw from maybe it was Ultra. You want someone bridge looking up towards top fountain in like middle barrels. You want somebody top 3 watching middle of the map. And can also help the player on the hill. You want somebody on the hill, and then the last guy kind of lurking or pushed up towards the milk. Because what'll happen is they'll end up spawning a restaurant or cafe, and they have to make a decision. If we go inside, we might have to fight 2 players. If we go out the window, we get shot by top 3. If we go middle of the map, we get shot by top 3. And then you have bridge still looking over everybody. So I think that's the best setup. I don't think teams want to give that up, but it's also just a really hard, just a messy hill. It's not the easiest thing to do with that setup. It's a much worse like P1, like in a way. Okay, so FaZe get a New York get a lot of time. FaZe on rotation.
25 to 30 seconds on that P4. Now you're gonna force Atlanta to give that one up. Hit the rotation over towards
Made by Simp.
This is where the Subliners have to find some success.
See where does Cell spawn? Cell
Seconds
spawns on his teammates.
Can't even get close to the hill. They need a break.
Gonna try to break through the back here.
First setup looking decent here for FaZe. Cell tested over towards the middle.
Looks like he gets spotted as draws. Ooh, how does Hydra get here? Just a timing top or bottom? Bottom.
Starting to be amassed here by New York. Hydra over towards the cubby at barrels. Looked at by Simp, the stun
Deal with him.
just a little bit too late to
It's a little wild now. Kind of all over the place. The pressure's in the back. It's a good break by FaZe or by New York, but Simp's 2 is going to make this really messy, right? Because you can already see you have number 8 pushed up in Cell. Draws is already calling this in. Like, if Simp doesn't get 2 there, if he just gets 1, you'd have a 2-man setup who's able to deal with number 8. But now you have a Cruise to deal with as well.
And so now New York really starting to build a bit of a lead.
And Cell gets the comm.
That will take care of Kismet, but the spawns for Atlanta are still pretty far out here, so New York has a chance to establish a rebreak.
Yeah, they definitely do, because Selim still has not yet earned himself that trophy system to at least keep him alive on that point. So with the Subliners have all in the numbers
15 left. It's a pretty late skirmish on this hill because P1 is... I mean, more and more teams are getting very good at P1s and earning time.
This is where you have to make up for it. Atlanta didn't get any time over the P1 last go around, but they're going to be fully
Okay,
set up.
Kismet gets a timing through. Did he get spotted? I don't think so. Kiz might break this himself. Okay, I lied. This guy just doesn't miss.
And wait for a little bit more assistance here. Atlanta trying to find their way to get this thing back to a tie game. Good support over the top. Draza also going to get over towards topside castle. Sib trying to wait and predict this gunfight. And now New York have numbers, but a BZ just kind of sneaks behind. Not enough to grab 2, and New York still hold control of the hard point, right back in the lead.
And they
Guys
have
on
AC
5.
control as well, so this is going to be very difficult for Atlanta. They try to break through red or try to push up through soda. Draza does find 1, but Hydra doing a great job of at least staying alive in towards the point. Simp the pimp almost finds 3 with the pistol. Unfortunately does fall, but there's only 20 seconds left. If you are Atlanta, try to keep him off of this P1, but you need to make this.
Okay, so this is a much different look already to rotation to P2. Normally what we see is someone playing back cafe. We rarely see someone junk, right? Because what you might see someone like pushed up ticket. I'd say we normally see 1 or 2 cafe, 1 ticket, and then maybe 1 top AC or someone lurking around. Maybe another player in red. Rarely do we see this, so I like this a lot out of Cell. Honestly, I think you kind of want to force them this back alley spawns. Probably if you had the choice.
Yeah, that's absolutely the case, and then they're setting up to really establish a very far forward line of scrimmage here. Simp playing over towards, I'm pretty selling him towards Junkyard. Simp the one playing into the hard point, and the only route available right now is the one that Hydra is hitting, and he gets shut down. So the
okay, so Cell's gonna die. He gets traded, so this kind of creates a pinch now. Let's see where Cell spawns.
Immense right now for FaZe. Split spawn situation for the Subliners.
Cell should spawn out to the right, right? Wait, what?
Immense right now
I guess because he didn't go alley. Maybe if Sib goes alley, he doesn't spawn there. I thought he should. He should. I feel like he should spawn like we see this spawn like almost P3. But you can already see FaZe's focus. Like, FaZe's focus is this guy, Skies. Like, immediately. They're like, we do not want to push from junk, pretty much.
Split spawn situation for the Subliners. Seeing if they can find a way to make the most of it. See if they can catch this Atlanta defense.
Still want to deal with Skies.
And I love the way that Atlanta are playing this. They're consistently pushing out towards junk. They want to spawn New York over towards the backside, so they're forcing either
Jay's thinking what I'm thinking. But the one guy they didn't want to make the play, and that's why. The one guy they didn't want to make the play makes the play, Skies. So he's had a lot of big moments. But he gets 2, and then, okay, I lied. BZ just gets a double. But I guess Skies makes it messy.
And he's doing it perfectly. That double from Abizi is everything to one-dimensionalize this next New York hit, but the rebreak is still looking pretty positive. Now
how does Sib spawn there? I guess it's open. But like we just saw that Cell spawn, right? I mean, I guess all phases here, so both sides are open. I mean, it looks like they know this, right? Abizi's already thinking about it, so they know it's an option.
Your turn to just finesse into the cafe like you did the last go around.
And he's doing it perfectly. That double from Abizi is everything to one-dimensionalize this next New York hit, but the rebreak is still looking pretty positive. Now
and 3 spawns out.
Who was able to turn up and take care of a low HP Hydra.
You take the scrap.
Moment of contest for the Subliners, but largely speaking,
nice read by Kiz.
Close to a full 60 as Atlanta's seen so far.
And now Atlanta FaZe forced to break in towards P3, which tends to be a money hill on a map like Karachi. And this might be where
oh boy,
gotta
get 2 of them. When was the last time Simp died? Who killed him? Hydra killed him here. How does he get there? He gets a really good time. So Kiz kills 2. Like Kiz is top 3. Just good timing, but this is a comms thing, right? So 20 seconds left is the last time I think we've killed Simp. This is why names are so important. So we haven't seen Simp for 20 seconds. Now, he could just be the one on the hill. Maybe they're just thinking they're pushing hillside through red, junk side. But yeah, because Kiz gets 2. I mean, this might not even work out, but just like curious how this happens or how nobody else is watching this. Draws is watching. Yeah, it's just timing. Very close. Kiz gets 2. He's thinking, all right, my side's locked down. The other 2 are probably at old. Oh, and then look at the time. Look, Skies is watching below him too. Skies picks this up. Wow. That is as close as it gets.
Doesn't even have to invest the cruise missile. He's gonna get right past the setup of the Subliners. Should be able to find a freebie to start off these straight fights.
Oh, that's not good. Battles over the top of P3.
Just turns into the break.
Can he find more than one? No.
So the final 20 is.
So that turns into 154 to 128. This could be 154 to 128.
Gets a little bit scary.
Turns into 178.
Crucial moment in this map. New York trying to get a reverse sweep and a map 5 on the cards. Perfect time to see how the Subliners are feeling. The New York Subliners, listen it.
Yo, small front diner. Back market on the MC. Chasing him. Top market, yep. MC, top market, 1 top 3. I'm laying down that. One should be one.
Okay, so this is what you want.
Yo, back white truck draws. I'm going top 3. Back white truck dead. I need help. I got needed from.
Yeah, they're spawning diner though. That's a little unlucky. How do they not spawn coop there? Is that just not a spawn? I feel like I've seen it before. Maybe I'm crazy.
There's no one new. 100%. I spawned A2 though. Okay, maybe there's one. One's gonna be pitching you fire. I'm watching top fire. Yeah, care. Watch top fire from 10. I'm gonna repinch it. Let me do it. That's all I have. Nice. It was a busy. Looking for draws and a busy.
Okay, good comms.
Both of them. Yo, low market
Okay.
now. He with the tools.
They know where the last 2 are? Why'd they let him just sit back there for that long? Spawns? What, Simps play? Simps play, the reason why they let him sit back. I mean, there's nobody who could really challenge him. So after he sneaks through, the problem is when you sneak through, because as soon as, say, he turns around, okay, then this player would get through junk for free. If he turns, like, he's the first one to turn around because these two are inside of red. Like, they're just basically watching junk side. If a guy sneaks through like this, Simp doesn't get on the time right away, right? He just kind of knows he's by himself too. So they just kind of have to hold their fights. If they win their gunfights, then what they would do is they would turn. They would turn at this point and hunt him down as a team. But they don't.
He's going to be happy to come over to his squad mates doing like, "What? Simp got behind us."
Like, Sib just is basically like, I'm holding this. Sib's like, I have to hold the junk push, which is the right call. The problem is through the middle of the map, they just get cut off by Draza and Simp. Like, it's not the wrong play. He can't do anything else. There's no other option for him. He's like, his teammates are coming off spawn. Look where they're spawning, right? They're spawning here, so he's the cutoff man. He's just hoping that they win a 3-on-2 pretty much.
Trophy system has been seen by Simp. I think he knows that Simp's playing over towards Junkyard side. And we're just happy to keep this hardpoint neutral for
He's doing a good job. This is still a 3-on-2, a 3-on-2. They just don't know where he is. And they have to worry about Draza. So, Sib just can't do anything.
New York trying to get a reverse sweep and a map 5 on the cards. Perfect time to see how the subliners are.
Now we saw this. So like here, we see this number 7 spawn, right? So there's a spawn on this side of the map. I feel like New York should be spawning here. They get these 2 kills. One spawning diner still. This should open up this spawn again. But watch what happens. One spawns up here. FaZe just floods this. If they're spawning like Cooper or top 3 side, they probably win this. It's a weird one. Now they gotta row your boat gently down the stream.
One's gonna be pitching you fire. I'm watching top fire. I'm watching top fire. Yeah, care. Watch top fire from 10. I'm gonna repitch it. Let me do it. That's all I have. Nice. It was a beezy. Looking for draws and a beezy.
All right, now they gotta hunt the last 2. I know where they both are.
Right now. He with the tools.
I'm gonna use a cruise from Simp. Can't play time because of the cruise. Beezy's able to get a kill off of that. Still a good job by New York. Sib's been clutch at a couple of these moments where it's gotten messy. Oh, dude, that sucks. You just heard that and listening? When do they kill Cell last? Simp, Draza, Abizi. 4 dead. When did he kill Cell? When did Cell last die? I mean, he hasn't died in a while. Here? This is his last death? Yeah, that's why names is huge. Because if you're saying names, then you'd be like, I don't know, we haven't said Cell in a while. So you get a clean setup now, but Cell's still here. That was 4 dead? No, it was not. That's 2 dead. It was not 4. Now it's 3 dead for New York. This turns into like not a 4 dead situation, but a free break. It just starts with this 1 Cell kill. It's fucking insane. Yeah, they know him, Julius. Yeah. A lot of the times, the way I'm looking at spawns is, I think, the way they should work, I suppose. And just questioning the system, but yeah, they know. Some of them are probably pretty hard to read. They know their options for sure.
Stays alive, blows up the play, and now Atlanta will in rotation back over to P1 with kills to boot here, Jay.
Yeah, they're finding all the kills in the feed, man. Subliners, they have to get a move on it, try to get in towards the P1 because Atlanta FaZe are only 10 seconds away from securing this series.
And Abizi's watching one side of the play. He may be enough. No, Hydra does confirm the trade. Now the dash right back in. Low health pulls for FaZe, but they're still winning gunfight. Skies, last one left, denied.
It's that one play, that one comm. And then, so how do they transition that from P5 over to P1? Like, I guess what happens on rotation? 18 seconds left. You go for this one more. You go into a 3 dead. Simp's already on the hill. Or no, he goes top AC. You still should probably have numbers here. He gets 1. 6 spawns behind them.
Moment of maybe the air letting loose from the lungs here of New York. Felt like they had a really good survival moment.
How does 6 spawn there? They still have Old Hill. Abizi should spawn here. They have the Old Hill still. Look, even FaZe is like, what the fuck? I mean, it's a free 2-piece. Look, even his teammates are looking this way because of BZ spawn there. Look, they literally think there's somebody on New York this way. They actually think someone is here because of a BZ spawn on this side of the map. That's an unlucky one, but they threw the P5 setup. I mean, I think they had chances. They obviously went to a round 11, and I think they had chances on this Karachi. The control looked good. Rio did not look good. I mean, Rio for FaZe is Rio for FaZe. But that was New York versus Atlanta FaZe this week. So I hope you enjoyed that. I love you all. Thanks for watching. Leave a thumbs up and a like and a thumb in your butt.